Hey folks, hey, Roland Martin here. I got a little how-to I want to show you today, and that is how to adjust and how to tune a crankbait. I got some crankbaits and jerkbaits, and I'm going to cast them off the dock here in a second, and I'm going to show you how I adjust them to make them run perfectly straight. There's a couple things I want to talk about before I get started, and that's the plug itself. It's all different kinds of crankbaits, all different depth crankbaits. And basically this is a real deep diver right here, but just to kind of, this will show you the example. When you take them, it's a brand new one. When you take them out of the box, they don't necessarily run particularly straight. Let's just cast it out there a short ways and reel it slow and easy, dead at my rod. I'm going to watch it. Okay, it's going to the left. It's going to the left. It's going over this way. See that? Look! It's going way over here, way over there. Swear that's not right. So here's the rule of thumb on this one. I'm going to take a pair of pliers and I'm going to look at the plug just like this, and it was running to the left. So I take the eye of the lure. Okay, I take the eye and I take the pliers like this, and I come back the other way with it. In other words, it was running to the left, so I'm going to turn it to the right. I'm going to turn it to the right this way. See how I'm turning it? I'm just rotating it to the right. Okay, let's see what happens. I just turned the eye to the right. Okay, let's throw it out there. Short cast. Start reeling it along. Ooh, nice and straight, son. Look at that thing. It's not running off to the left. It's running a little bit to the left, just a tad to the left. So, well, part of the reason why it's running to the left, I hit the bottom. So maybe that's all right. Let me make another cast out in deeper water, and maybe it goes straight. See, it's going straight, it's going straight, it's going straight. Going straight, it's going straight. Well, it's still going just a little teeny bit to the left. Now you got to tune these things just right, because if it goes just 3 or 4 feet to the left, that's 3 or 4 less feet that'll go deep. So if you're trying to get in deep water, you got to have that bait running exactly straight. So I'm going to hold it out there again. Look at the plug, and I'll bend it a little bit to the right again. A little bit that way. Okay. Okay, it was running to the left. I'm bending it to the right. Let's try it again. Back out there. Throw it out there, throw it out there. Ooh, it's running good now. Looks right. Stay straight down the middle. Straight down the middle, straight down the middle, straight down the middle. Running a little bit to, actually it's running a little bit to the right. I did just a tad too much. I hit the bottom. It's getting deep. This is a real deep plug. But the point is, I went just a tad too far to the right. So I'll come back to the left just a little bit, and I come back to the left just a little bit. So let's see how that goes. That should do it. A kind of in-between deal. You don't have to bend it, but just a little teeny bit. Go out there. Watch the rod. It's straight. It's just as straight as an arrow. It's as straight as an arrow. I'm kind of philosophic when it comes to arrows. You know, time flies like an arrow, but fruit flies like a banana. That doesn't make any sense at all. Maybe I'm not a philosopher, but I know how to tune a plug. Okay, I just showed you that one. It was just perfect. Okay, now let's take another lure, and this is light line. I'm going to cut it off. Let's take one out of the package. Now, there's a couple things to think about here when you're talking about a lure. I didn't really talk about this one little issue, and that is, what about if there's some paint that's on it or something? I'm going to take this plug here. It's brand new out of the box. Brand new out of the box. And this should run fairly straight. But I'm going to do something to it to make it run bad that maybe would happen. For example, sometimes these plugs, the paint gets to flecking off them, and they get a little piece of paint sticking out to the side. That's going to affect the plug a whole lot. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to take some tape, a little teeny piece of tape, I'm going to put it on the side of this plug. I'm going to show you how much it affects the plug, like a little piece of paint might affect the plug. Okay, I'm going to cut this line off. Dennis said if I keep cutting my line with my teeth, that I might have a problem with my teeth when I get older. Well, I've been doing it for 60 years, and my teeth are pretty good. I don't know what to tell them. I don't know. Anyway, that's the deal. Okay, that's a brand new plug now. Okay, let's see how it runs. I'm going to throw it straight out there, on the straight back. Ooh, it's running good. It's really running good. It's running perfect. It's running perfect. I didn't have to go left or right with it. It's running perfect. I was looking right down the rod. It's running perfect. Just running perfect, running perfect, running perfect. But let's just say that the plug is old. Let's just say that for some reason the paint has gotten messed up on this plug. And let's take a little piece of tape that I have in my pocket, and let's just, it'll kind of look like a little piece of say, I'm going to cut a little teeny piece off. And I'm going to say that's like a little piece of tape. This little piece of tape is going to pretend like it's like a little teeny piece of paint that's come off here. So I'm just going to put the tape on the side like right here, and I'm just going to throw it out there. Just say that was paint peeling off. Now I'll watch the plug. Watch what happens when you do put something on it like that. Oh, look, it's way off to the side. It's going up to the top. It's not even diving down. It's all messed up. It won't do anything right. Look at that. It's just not even going down deep. It's just completely messed up. It's completely messed up because that, in this case, a piece of tape was on there, but it could have been a piece of paint that was peeling off. So the first thing you do when you get your plug is make sure that there's no paint sticking out. The second thing is sometimes these plugs have hooks that get bad. People are changing hooks all the time. Now here's the rule of thumb on changing hooks and making a plug run right. If you change this front hook, you can go a size bigger usually, because that's usually the pivot point of the plug. It's back and forth right there. But this back hook is so critical to keep that the same size or even lighter, because if you weight that back hook down with a bigger hook, it's, instead of wobbling good, it's going to not wobble much. So when you change hooks, be sure you don't go any bigger with the back hook. You can go slightly bigger with the front hook, but just a little bit. Okay, let's see if it runs good again. Okay, throw it out there. Run it down. Oh, it's running perfect. Look at that. It's just perfect. It's running. And now you can go really fast with it. Now here, I'm going to throw it out in deep water and just really buzz it along. Watch this. A nice long cast, about 100 feet. And just run it down hard. Run it down hard. Run it down hard. Run it down hard. It's just straight as an arrow. Just straight as an arrow. Straight as an arrow. No problem. We got that one tuned just right. Now you can do the other plugs. There's any kind of plug that runs any way will have the ability to tune using this method. Here's another kind of plug. Here's a jerkbait. Jerkbaits get out of tune just as well. And I'm going to throw this out there just in a second, and I'll show you how to change it. In just 1 second, I'll put that on and see if it's tuned the proper way. And then we'll tune it back the right way. Again, the only real way to tell if it's really tuned up right is run it fast. Oh, my dentist, he's going to kill me. Okay. That plug, let's see if it runs straight. Now I know a jerkbait is kind of a different thing. You're jerking it like this and you're jerking it like this. But see, what you want to do, see how it's running to the side? Look how it's running way over to the side. That's not right. That's not, in other words, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. You know, sure, it might catch a fish, but look how it comes out of the water even if it runs to the side so much. So that's not the right deal. Sure, you can kind of jerk it along and you might catch one, but it's not doing its job. So what you have to do to make it do its job is just like the crankbait I adjusted. Take this front eye, in this case, it was running to the left. I face it to me, I take my pliers and turn it to the right. Just a little bit. Now, let's see if that's all right. Looking right down the rod, I'm gonna run it slow and easy. Ooh, look at that. Running a little bit to the left, not much. Not as bad, we're almost there. We're almost adjusted. Again, I look at the plug, take my pliers, it was going to the left, so I'm gonna go a little bit more to the right. Let's see if that does it. Now, throw it out there. Pretty straight. Pretty straight. Pretty straight right underneath the boat. Look at that. Right underneath the boat. Right underneath. It's just perfect. So now when you do the jerkbait, now you run it like this, it's getting down the proper depth. You know, you jig it one a couple of times and kind of pause it. Jerk it a couple of times, you kind of pause. That's how you work a jerkbait. A couple of times you kind of pause. But the point is, it's getting to the right depth. It's getting down to the depth you want to catch fish. Well, anyway, I hope that taught you a few things about testing all your crankbaits and jerkbaits and seeing if they run straight and adjusting them back again, because you can get them all running perfectly straight. Well, that's the tip for the day. How to adjust a crankbait, how to adjust a jerkbait. Listen, I post every Wednesday about 6 o'clock, every Sunday about 6 o'clock. Friday I have a weekly update where I just kind of talk about all the stuff for the week. It's really cool. I really hope you subscribe, and thanks for watching.